The Haunting Melodies. Chapter 1, The Haunting Melodies. In a small apartment building on the outskirts of town, there stood a peculiar place. Each room housed a different person, leading separate lives within the confines of their own walls. Room 609, in particular, was home to a lovely family of 3, a father, a mother, and their baby daughter. They were content, sharing their lives with the other residents, never suspecting the darkness that lurked within the building. Night after night, a haunting lullaby would drift through the corridors, captivating the ears of everyone who heard it. Its eerie melody sent shivers down their spines, yet they could never quite determine the room from which it emanated. The occupants of the apartment building grew increasingly curious and unsettled by the mysterious lullabies. Chapter 2, The Scent of Death. As the nights passed, the residents began to notice a putrid stench emanating from room 609. The odor was overpowering, filling the hallway and causing unease among the neighbors. Whispers and rumors began to circulate, speculation running rampant. Unable to bear the dreadful smell any longer, a concerned officer decided to investigate the source of the foul odor. He knocked on the door of room 609, but there was no response. Fearing the worst, he called for backup and prepared to break down the door. Chapter 3, The Tragic Discovery. With a resounding crash, the officer forced his way into room 609. What he found inside was a scene of unimaginable horror. The father, mother, and baby daughter lay lifeless on the floor, their expressions frozen in a grim visage of pain and sorrow. Empty pill bottles littered the room, revealing the tragic truth: they had taken their own lives. As the investigation unfolded, it became apparent that the family had fallen into dire circumstances. The father's business had crumbled, buried under the weight of lawsuits and mounting debts. Desperation had consumed them, leading them down a path of despair and self-destruction. Chapter 4, Shadows of Grief. Grief and sorrow swept through the apartment building, casting a shadow over the lives of its remaining residents. The once familiar hallways became a haunting reminder of the family's tragedy. Whispers echoed in the air as neighbors grappled with their own fears and vulnerabilities, unsure of what darkness lurked within the walls. Despite the chilling events that had unfolded, life carried on within the apartment building. But a pall of unease settled over the inhabitants, their sense of security forever shattered by the devastating loss of their neighbors. Chapter 5, The Unsettled Spirits. In the aftermath of the family's demise, strange occurrences plagued the apartment building. Doors creaked open on their own, whispers echoed through empty hallways, and unsettling shadows danced along the walls. The presence of the departed family seemed to linger, their restless spirits unable to find peace. Residents reported hearing faint cries in the night, a haunting echo of the family's baby daughter. The lullabies that once filled the building now took on a chilling tone, a constant reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded in room 609. No longer able to bear the eerie atmosphere, some residents chose to leave the building, seeking solace elsewhere. Those who remained lived in a constant state of fear, their lives forever changed by the horrors they had witnessed. And so, the apartment building stood as a somber testament to the darkness that can inhabit even the most ordinary of places. Its walls held the echoes of a family's pain, a haunting reminder that some stories are destined to be etched in the annals of horror, never to be forgotten. The end.